So you met somebody online or offline and you really hit it off inside of your conversation with them. So how the heck do you transition to talking about your product, service, or business without being salesy or feeling disingenuous? Well, in this episode, I'm gonna give you my favorite one-sentence script that you can use to transition effectively without seeming salesy or disingenuous, and it works almost every single time. Welcome to episode 137. My name is Tanya Aliza and I help entrepreneurs and network marketers create success fast while most importantly designing a lifestyle that you love. So if you're new here, consider subscribing because I put out a brand new training episode and free resource for you and your business each and every week. So this used to be one of the most difficult things that I used to personally run into inside of building my business as well. You see, I was really good at starting conversations, making new friends, building rapport with people, but I had a really hard time transitioning those conversations into business because I would feel a little bit weird about that. And so if you're in that spot, I totally feel you. And when I learned this one sentence, it changed my world and it got me more confident going into more conversations. Because the fact of the matter is we don't want to walk around feeling like used car salesmen. And the only reason why we're talking to people is for our own ulterior motives. We actually want to go out there and we want to help people, right? And they might say yes or they might say no to our product, service, or business, but the least that could happen is that we still stay friends, especially if you do really think the person's cool, right? Now I'm gonna give you this sentence and then I'm gonna give you some variations of it with some examples, but you guys know in every episode of Tanya Aliza TV, I like to equip you with a free resource that will help you in your business. So today, since we're talking all about transitioning those conversations into business, you've got to know how to do this properly like a professional as far as inviting, presenting, and closing like a professional. So I've put together a free guide that walks you through exactly how to effectively invite your prospects, but not only invite, because we're going to talk about that today, but present your business or products to people where they actually take you seriously, and how to close them into business, actually acquire the sale. So if you'd like that free guide and you'd like to know exactly how I do it in my business, and guys, I've created a multi-seven-figure business online. So some of these things do work a little bit. I am more than happy to give it to you. It's ready for you on the blog. And all you need to do is go to tanyaaliza.com/137. We will leave a link that directs to the blog above or below this video in the description box. It'll take you to the post. On the post, you'll see this video and there'll be a big yellow button right below the video that you can click and request access to my free guide that will help you invite, present, and close like a professional inside of network marketing. So let's get to my favorite one sentence. Okay, before I get to the one sentence, there's two things that you need to know before knowing this sentence. Otherwise, this sentence isn't going to really help you at all. Number one, I want you to learn how to get better at getting to the point. You do not want to build too much rapport with a prospect before you use this sentence to transition, because then it will look disingenuous and it will look salesy and it'll feel icky for you to use this sentence. Okay, catch my drift? So when you go into conversations, make sure that you are getting to the point as fast as possible. You don't want to have a 4-year conversation with somebody before you transition. And number two, find a common ground or some genuine way to compliment your prospects. So this takes listening inside of your conversation to listen for a trigger of some common ground that you guys have. Maybe you like the same music, have the same style and clothes, your kids go to the same school, whatever it might be. Try to find that common ground, or try to find a compliment that you can use inside of this transitional sentence, because then it will become that much more powerful for you. And the easiest way to do this is just to think of something that you can compliment. Maybe they have a good attitude, maybe they have a positive attitude, maybe they're very ambitious, maybe they're working on some cool projects, or maybe they're a good parent. Whatever the case may be, try to find inside of that conversation some way that you can genuinely compliment them or find a common ground. Then you can use this sentence in some kind of variation. So here's normally what I'll say. If I'm chatting with a prospect on Facebook Messenger, or Instagram Messenger, or in person, whatever it might be, I'll say, hey, listen. Okay, so that's how I transition. I'll be like, hey, listen, I absolutely love your, and then insert genuine compliment. Totally positive attitude. I love the fact that our kids go to the same school. I love the fact that you've got such great taste in clothes. Man, you look sharp. Okay, whatever that might be, all right, find that genuine compliment. Hey, listen, I absolutely love, and then insert genuine compliment. And then you want to add to that sentence, the reason why I wanted to connect with you is, and then insert your call to action. I'm going to give you a couple of examples of calls to action if you're going to lead with the product or business. But hey, listen, the reason why I wanted to connect is, okay, hey, listen, insert genuine compliment. The reason why I wanted to connect is one of the best sentences that you will learn when connecting with people, but you don't want to spend too much time building that rapport because that would be weird. Okay, a couple sentences, build some rapport, get right to the point. Hey, listen, the reason why I wanted to connect is. Now, obviously, there's a couple different ways you can go. If you're leading with the business, the conversation is going to go a little bit differently. And there's many different variations of this. I never say it word for word exactly the same, but I do have the scripts ready for you with today's episode's freebie, okay, over on the blog. And so if you want to kind of copy it, print it out, and then, practice it and make it your own. But there's some foundational concepts to how I will transition and invite to take a look at my presentation. So you'll see on that script book that I have for you, hey, listen, if you're leading with the business, right? The reason why I wanted to connect is I have a business project that I'm working on that crossed my desk. It's gotten me super excited. There's some incredible opportunity here that I'm diving into. And I have to ask, if something crossed your desk or crossed your path, whatever you want to say, right? That got you as excited as this has gotten me, and there was a way for us to possibly partner together on this where we could help a good deal of people and make some good additional income on the side, would you be open to taking a look at what it is? Okay. So, and then you can follow that up with something like, and I do this when I talk to people, I say, hey, I think that you would be super fun to partner with, and I think this would be worth taking a look at. Okay. And then sometimes I will add a third-party story. So somebody that's had maybe some business success or financial success that might relate to that prospect best, I might insert that inside of that call to action with my prospect. And sometimes that really is powerful. If you don't know how to use third-party stories in your invite or even in your close, then you definitely want to check out the show notes in today's episode, because I'll link back to a previous episode where I share with you how to properly share third-party stories to get your prospects really excited to learn more about what it is that you're doing and to convert into sales and signups for your business. But there is some foundational key pieces in this. It's just, you've got to sound excited. This opportunity has excited you. And I typically say, if there was a way that we could partner together, I make it like a together thing, like not a you thing. I'm like, hey, we're doing this together. It's really exciting. I think you'd be absolutely phenomenal at what it is that we're doing. I think this would excite you as much as it has excited me. If it crossed your path and you did get excited, would you at all be open to an additional stream of income and having some fun and helping some people with us? So that's, typically what I'll say. I kind of make it my own. It's different each time, but in the scripts that I'm going to give you in today's episode, you'll see that come together, and then I encourage you to make it your own. Now, there's also a way that you can lead with the product. And here's how I normally transition and then have a call to action to lead with the product. So I use more of an indirect method with this, and I definitely share a story. So I'd be like, hey, listen, I thought of you, and then I would insert a relevant story, a success story that somebody that you know using your product or service has had, and I would find a way to relate to them, and I've left some scripts for you there. And then I would just say, hey, I'd love the opportunity to share some info with you and to see if this is something that you'd be interested in trying and giving me some feedback on. It would really, truly mean a lot to me. Plus, it would really, really, really help you and my business. But you might, more importantly, know somebody that could benefit. Could I steal 15 minutes of your time to share this with you? I think you would really love it. And it would do me a massive favor if you took a look and gave me your opinion. And so there's a couple different variations of that, but the most important part of that transition call to action is to share a story, even if it's your own story with your product or service that you think would relate to your prospect, and then ask them if you could steal 15 minutes of their time. Tell them that they'll probably love it, and then indirectly say, hey, listen, you'll probably know other people that you can help with this as well, and I'd love the opportunity to have you know what it is, so you could maybe help me and share the information out there, be my referral guide. So there's a couple different ways you can do it, but the biggest thing is so many people come up to me and say, hey, Tanya, like I made this friend now and it seems weird. Like, how do I transition to business? And it's like, compliment them. And hey, the reason why I wanted to connect is my favorite sentence. And remember, I got you covered. I know this was a lot of information in this episode, but I got you covered with the freebie that we have ready for you over on the blog. I'm going to give you my inviting, presenting, and closing scripts that will help you recruit and sell like a boss. You can head over to the blog and pick those up. It's absolutely free. It will help you. Use it in your team, share it with your team, and let me know how it has specifically helped you in your business. Question of the week. Is there a sentence or maybe a couple of sentences that you use to either transition, invite, present, or close that's working really well in what it is that you're doing? Would you like to add some value in the comment section below and let us know what's working for you? I love these one sentence transitions and little tips. They really do help our entire community. So if you have something to share it in the comment section below. I'd love to see what it is that you're doing. So did you get some value out of today's topic? I truly hope that you did. If you did, smash the share button, click the like button, get this out to your people or anybody else that you think would find value in this training. And thank you for joining me on this episode of Tanya Aliza TV.